Good evening. I'm back after 3 days of recording. I'm going to do a little roundup and add this bit to the previous vlog compilation and then do a roundup for the last 2 days, so we'll be kind of on the right track. So we ended up staying at the mom-in-law's house for 2 days, or two nights rather. So we went there on Independence Day on Wednesday, and then we came back on the Friday. I have actually added already. We went to Lepaakartano on Thursday, so that's the 7th, and I had never been there. My other sister-in-law has lived at Lepaa for as long as I can remember, as long as I've known them, and not last weekend. The weekend before, my husband was helping her mom to move, and she now lives at Lepaa too. And yeah, I had never been to Lepaakartano. It was such a beautiful place. I tend to like places like that because I feel like there's not many of them in Finland. Don't take my word for it, I'm not sure, but they're less than common. It's actually part of the Häme Polytechnic, and they teach gardening there. And they have done that for over 100 years in that place, but of course the Polytechnic part is newer development. But I think it was something like in 1910 that they converted that the previous private owner died, and they willed the estate to the government, and they requested that it would never be sold to anyone again, and that it would be a gardening school. And I'm actually really looking forward to going there during the summer, because it was very beautiful right now, and I think it will be even more beautiful when it's summer and the orchards are blooming and there will be flowers everywhere. Then on the Friday we came home, and we wanted just to kind of wind down, because we were a bit, so nothing basically happened on the Friday, except me knitting frantically. But on Saturday we had my godson's birthday party at Järvenpää. We had to leave around, I think we left, wait, what was it? It was probably that we had to leave home somewhere like a little after 11, because I think the train left from the Tampere train station at a little over 12, and then we were at Järvenpää maybe 10 to 2. The birthday party was actually really good, because there wasn't a great horde of children there. It sounds horrible. My godson turned 4, but it's just, I'm sure everyone can imagine how much of a bedlam it can be if there is a lot children there, and it's not that big of a. It's not a huge apartment. It's a good apartment for a family, but it's not a huge apartment. So basically, it would have been absolute madhouse if there had been a lot of children there. There was basically my godson and his brother. They have 2 in the family. And then there was our kid, and then 1 more kid from my godson's daycare, who he's a very good friend with. And yeah, I managed to get 1 pair done, and after, I think this was on Sunday that I got these done. Yeah, it was on the Sunday that I got these ready. It was only basically, I did these 2 at a time as well, and I was probably somewhere around here when we got to my friend's house. So basically, I probably could have gotten them finished while we were there, but I felt like it was more polite to socialize and not knit frantically. And my friend said that it was okay, just with just the 1 pair, it was fine. And he and the godson seemed to like them, even though, of course, every other gift he got were toys. So it's very understandable that a 4-year-old would be more excited about the toys. Some Paw Patrol toys and stuff like that, and yeah, but it's still, he kind of fondled them for a little bit and then got excited about the toys again. So that's fine. I'll take that. They weren't just cast aside immediately with the idea of, oh, just socks. So I'm really happy. So yeah, these were Hermione's everyday socks, and I weighed these, and I weighed the skein that I have left. So I have 36 grams of this yarn left. So okay. Towards the stash busting, I've knit up about 100 grams because the leafy socks were about 40 grams, and then that was 64 grams from the socks to my godson. Then of course I did buy 2 skeins of yarn, so depending on how you want to count, I am either 100 grams out, or if I'm going by the strict estimation of yes, you bought yarn even though it was for gifts, then I'm 100 grams in. Not a great thing, but whatever. The ride home was less than ideal. Our train left from Järvenpää. I think it was like it was supposed to leave at 5:20, and it was 5 minutes late, which wouldn't be a big deal, except that we had to change trains at Tikkurila station, and we had 5 minutes to do that, which is an absurdly small amount of time. I don't understand why they offer that connection anyways. Even if you were kind of very free to move, we had the stroller, so it was a little bit more demanding, and if everything had gone exactly according to schedule, then we maybe could have made the connection. But of course, since they were late, we did see when the train pulled up to the Tikkurila station, we saw our train, and we tried to make a run for it, but basically no, we didn't make it. Then we had to call the customer service place, and they informed us that the next train, which was I think it was like 35 minutes later, that it was full. The next one would have been, I think it was something like almost an hour's wait, which of course isn't impossible. But we have a toddler that usually starts winding out for bed around 6:30, 7 o'clock. So it would have been 6:30. No, it was 6 when we got to the train. Basically, the customer service person said that even though the train is full, that we should just get on the train and tell the personnel there that what the situation was, and that it should be fine, which didn't kind of make me feel any better, because in case it wasn't fine, it would go either that we would have to pay a fine, or we would have to tell the personnel on the train to call the customer service place, and they would have to hash it out, which is of course doable, but so complex. Just not even complex, but just a hassle. I felt like, no, don't do this to us. But yeah, we got on the train. We got seats, because basically it was probably that there wasn't one seat that was available from Tikkurila to Tampere, and that could mean basically just that there were no seats. Basically that after the next stop, people would get off, and we could have had the tickets from that to Tampere. But basically, we got a stroller to where it should go, and we actually managed to sit without actually having to move once during the train, because the same the kind of carriage, the same part of the train that has the places for the strollers is the same carriage that has the children's play area. So probably the people that had the tickets for the seat we were sitting in were probably upstairs in the play area. So we got back to Tampere, we got home. When we got home, it was almost 8:30. Kid hadn't slept at all that day, but all things considered, he was a real trooper. He barely complained about anything and wasn't even that cranky, and got to sleep without much of a hassle. So all things considered, not the best, not the worst. He could have been cranky all through the train ride. He could have fallen asleep, which would have made it really difficult to get him down here at home. So yeah, not too bad. I'm gonna end this part here and then continue on for the next few days. So I will see you in a bit, but this part of the Vlogmas ends here. So thank you for watching, and I'll see you when I see you.